button here. Appreciate all you guys being here with us today, especially transitioning from one meeting to the next. And we got some stuff from Renee today about how to prioritize, organize, and how to get rid of time wasters from a client standpoint. So it's a good thing. Good morning, Mark. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. But before I do that, any good news that anybody has from either a sales perspective or anything new you figured out there, and then anything from leadership? Anything at all?
Yeah, I got something.
Please do.
So I'm not fully on the Medicare side yet. I'm still waiting for my contracts to come through. But this week when I ran with Medicare in mind, and it made me, I wrote 4 Medicares and 4 FEs in one day. The Medicare made the transition to the final expense super easy, and was able to get a lot of their information up front. So there was no walls or no real objections to overcome. I'm not saying it'll be like that every time, but I noticed a huge difference, right? So
I got to go, before you go mute, Cody, first of all, thank you for bringing that up. The second thing is, you guys, it's annual enrollment. So if you guys don't know what that means, if you hear AEP, that's what it is. For those of you guys that are not, first of all, you have to be health licensed in order to help people with Medicare, okay? The second thing is, if you're not doing Medicare, you're leaving a ton of money on the table. So let me give you an example. Let's say you go out and you write 100, right? 100 of Medicare Advantage, Med Subs, whatever. Let's just say Med Advantage for simplicity. You write 100 of them over this next period of time. In January, now you're going to get a little piece in between here, but in January, let's say you wrote $60,000 worth of business. In January, you're going to get a big old giant check. Okay. And what starts to happen after that is you start to receive monthly payments. So that's why you have people, and Holden has said this before, so I'm sure he's okay with me saying it. Holden's only really been focusing on Medicare for the last 3 years. Yes, it is true that he's building a team and all that stuff now. But let's say you have $60,000 in residuals that you've built up next year, unless you lose your clients. And if you're doing FE and Medicare, your persistency is going to shoot through the roof. That's the first thing. The second thing is, again, let's say you got 60,000 on the books, January 5,000, February 5,000, March 5,000, April 5,000. Think about that. So you're building a block of business on the FE side that's going to pay you out, but you're building a block that's going to pay out for 10 years if those clients stay on and don't pass away. But more importantly, on the Medicare side, you're building a block of business that's going to pay you forever, literally forever. That's probably the one thing that the government does get right, in my opinion. And I'm saying that on a recorded line, so I'm being a little tongue in cheek, but they get it right. So it's just like them getting your payments on the first, the third, or the second, third, or fourth Wednesday, because Social Security only hits those 5 times a month. It's the same thing. And Cody, I'm glad you brought that up. So it sounds like you've shifted or kind of changed your conversation where you're talking about Medicare first, I'm guessing, even though you're going there for FE?
kind of coming in both. So just depending on how the client is talking, right? So like, for example, one guy, I showed up to his house and he was taking his trash out and he's like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm Cody, I'm here for our appointment." And he was like, "Oh, okay, for the benefits?" I was like, "Yeah, for the benefits." So I went in straight with Medicare with him. And then the other 2 clients I went into was a husband and wife. So I did 2 with them and 2 with the other one. But I started with final expense. And when they got a little iffy, I was like, "Okay, well, tell me about your Medicare stuff." And then they started telling me about Medicare. And I was like, "Okay, awesome. Well, let me see what we can do on that." Because I don't have everything, but I got all the things Holden told me to get. Their red, white, and blue card, their ID, and their health insurance card, their primary doctor's name, and all their meds. Took me like 4 minutes. I got all that down. I put it on a form that Holden provides, and I shot those over to Holden. And then he's reviewing them today to let us know what we can do for each one of those clients. If we can put them in a better position. I told him, "Hey, I'll call you on Monday." So on Monday, I'm going to call them all and let them know, "Hey, this is what we can do."
And the cool part about it, guys, no social security number, no bank account, no none of that. It can all be switched through the CMS site. You got Sunfire, you got all the other things. Not to get too involved for those of you guys that have no idea what the hell I'm talking about right now. But go ahead, Cody.
Cost effective, right? Like they're not going to pay. And on some of them, they might be paying a premium now, and you're going to be able to save them that premium. So if you're saving somebody money and you're helping them, they're more likely going to be open up to buying life insurance, right?
That's right. You just freed up the money for them to buy life insurance. And you've gotten rid of an objection of, I can't afford it. Well, I just freed up $127 a month for you. And for you and your wife, it's $86 for both of you guys to get covered. You know, those kind of, which we'll get into at another time. But Cody, thank you for bringing that up. Holden, every Wednesday, you guys at 7 Central. I feel like I'm leaned in really close, but on 7 Central, you guys will see it repeatedly posted on Slack for you guys to attend those meetings. I typically don't miss them, and I learn something every time. Don't be intimidated by Medicare, you guys. Holden will literally walk you through every step of the process, including helping you, holding your hand through the exam as well. So if you were interested in Medicare, send me a Slack message. I'll get you connected with Holden today. We can get you set up and all that. Even if you're not health licensed, send us a Slack. We'll help you get set up to get your health license so that you can get through this next AEP period. Thank you, Jim Holden. Go ahead, Renee.
I want to give a little tip about the Medicare thing, because I'm sure that there's got to be somebody out there that feels like I did, where, Holden helps us through that initial testing with the AHIP and whatnot. So it's all zoom. You just straight through it super fast. So, some of us are sitting there, okay, well, if we're zooming right through it, how are we learning anything? But you're going to come back and you're going to do your certifications for each carrier. And it's essentially the same information every time you go through the certification. And the certifications, Holden says they take like 20 minutes. They take longer than that. But my point is as you're going through the certifications, that information is going to start to stick in your brain, and you're just going to start absorbing it. And each certification you do, you're going to go through faster and faster, because you are reviewing the questions, you're going back to the literature to look for the answer. So when he zooms you through the AHIP and helps you get through that real quick, don't feel totally overwhelmed and lost. You're going to start retaining all of that through the certifications.
Good point. And his meetings on Wednesday nights at 7, they're huge. You can ask whatever questions you want. He answers them on the fly while he's doing the training. So highly recommend it. If you're even curious, send me a Slack message. We'll get you hooked up with Holden and get you going, because AEP is right around the corner. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Thank you guys for sharing any good news you had. And for speaking up. Thanks, Cody and Renee. All right. Let's see if this thing's going to give me any trouble today. And it's not. So that's beautiful. All right. So family business, you guys are okay to write family business, but you have to ask your upline for permission first so that we know. If you don't, we look at our business every single week. So if we see matching last names, those kind of things, that business is automatically going to be put as earned. So just let us know ahead of time. Here's why. I'm just going to speak the truth here. Not everybody will be here in a month. Not all of us will be here in 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever the case is. And a lot of the times, if you write family business, it's because you ask your family to buy the life insurance. Maybe they didn't feel like they needed it. And if you leave, so does that policy. So this is big boy, big girl stuff, right? There are chargebacks. There is roll-up debt. There is all those kind of things that we're trying to make sure we alleviate that and make sure that everybody's on the up and up. So yes, you can write family business, but we need to know before you write that business. I had, I'll just case in point, one of our agents called I think he called me yesterday or the day before. We had a great conversation and he said, hey, I got a piece of family business I'm going to write. This person has a policy here. They wanted to move it. So I'm looking at some stuff for them. Can I write it? You absolutely can. Absolutely can. How does that work? You're going to get paid your regular commission on those things that you would have, but thank you for letting us know. And we were able to move forward. So anyway, just keeping everybody abreast what's going on with that. HML, also known as American Home Life. You guys should see this. I'll continue to post this here for the next couple of weeks, but they are paying a bonus for any application that you get approved super preferred. So using their Patriot series. So just wanted to let you guys know and keep you abreast of that. I'll be posting this through the weekend, just so you guys know. So, and you guys, this map shows you where they're located. So our meeting schedule, everybody's doing a fantastic job, especially our free lead agents of being on there Monday through Friday, 8 to 8:30. Then obviously on Friday, we jump on our meeting here. On Mondays, Holden, you guys should all know his name by now and know what he does, holds a meeting Monday night for new agents. So if you want to hop on and ask questions about FE, even if you ask a question about Medicare, he'll answer that question as well. So if you're new, maybe confused or not sure where you're supposed to go, etc., that's a great meeting to be on. As we just mentioned, right on cue, Wednesdays at 7 Central every single week, Holden holds a Medicare meeting, and it's just Renee so eloquently mentioned, hopping on those meetings to be able to, kind of slow things down a little bit and ask some things that you might be confused about or have questions about. It's great. It's usually a small group of, maybe 20, maybe 25 or 30 people that get on there. So it's nothing to feel intimidated about. But if you're halfway interested about this, just send me a Slack. I'll get you hooked up with Holden, and he'll make it very simple to get you through the process. And of course, last but certainly not least, our meeting on Friday. Appreciate all you guys being on so we can try to pour into you and help you out to help you grow your business and your business acumen. Renee will be speaking today about how to prioritize, organize, and avoid time wasters. So before we go through that, and Renee, I'm going to swing it over and give you hosting here in just a moment. Before we go through that, just wanted to give some kudos here for the Cancun giveaway trip that we have going on. Again, the rules of this program, you guys are starting to, people are starting to follow the rules now, which is great. Final expense business only, must post your numbers daily in Slack. An example of that, as you guys can see, if you wrote a policy with $1,200 of annual AP, you would put 1,200 rural neighbors as an example, and you put FE behind it so we know that it's not a mortgage protection. Most of what we're doing, 99% of what we're doing now is direct mail final expense. So not really worried so much about mortgage protection, but wanted to keep the rules clear. In order for you to win the contest, you must protect at least 40 families, which you guys are on pace for. Those in the top 5 to 7 are well on pace for that. Just want to keep that in front of everybody. And the program ends 9/30 of 2022. 3 days, 2 nights, all-inclusive resort in beautiful Cancun. So for time's sake, I'm just going to cover the top 5. And we've got Mr. Andrew Ramon at with 5 families protected. Got Ryan Valet getting ready to step over the 10 mark. Congratulations, Ryan, for being number 4 with 9 families protected. Taylor Bowen, this does not include yesterday, by the way, you guys. Taylor Bowen with 13 families protected. Michael Salazar with 13 families protected. And Cody Wetzel steps right back in first place again, and with 14 families protected. So I'm pretty sure this thing's going to heat up pretty quickly. Congratulations to everyone that's protected at least one family for the program. And big congratulations to everybody in the top 5 for sure. So with that, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to give Renee hosting. I'm going to stop my sharing there, and then we'll go from there. Anybody have any questions as we got some other people trying to get in here? All right, admit all. And we got to find Miss Renee. And there she be. And Renee, you are the host.
Thank you. Just
Thank
a moment. Okay, can you guys see my screen okay?
We got you.
Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit kind of on the heels of what Tim talked about last week. So being intentional with your time is super important, and it gets really difficult sometimes as an independent owner. You are responsible for everything that you do. And sometimes that means that we have things in our life naturally that get in the way, dishes or vacuuming, or we need to run to the grocery store for dinner tonight or what have you. And it's really easy to constantly be in what I call a busy mode. And I fall victim to this often, and I have to kind of pull myself back in and recognize that a lot of the things that we're doing is just busy things. We're constantly feeling like we're always busy. We're always doing something, which may be true, but are we doing it in an effective manner? Are we doing it in a way that is organized? And are we prioritizing the importance of each item? Is this going to help you grow your business at all? Is it helping to generate income? Is it getting you to your goal at the end of each day and at the end of each week and at the end of the month? So the important thing to do first off is to prioritize. You're going to start with asking, what is the most important task that needs to be accomplished in order for you to generate income? You need to decide, is it going to help build your business? If it's not, it needs to be put on a back burner. You need to focus on what is critical at this point in time. What is going to achieve your daily goal, as I said, your weekly and your monthly. So once you decide the tasks that are the most important, whether it be, okay, I'm going to have such and such day for running appointments, so I need these 2 days to set my appointments if you're not a free lead agent. And if you are a free lead agent, then you have extra time to be able to organize everything in your week properly, because you're not sitting there and making those appointments up. So that effectively eliminated your dial day. So once you prioritized and decided what exactly is the most important thing I need to do right now, what's the most important thing I need to accomplish this week, and then what is most critical to help me accomplish the goal that I set for the month ahead of me. Now you need to organize those things. So you need to use a planner like Tim and Corey talked about last week to block out specific times for each set of tasks and stick to it. I find myself, and I'm going to use myself as an example because I'm not going to put it on anybody else because I'm just responsible for me. But I find myself, I'll put several things into my schedule. And the next thing you know, I get a phone call from a friend I haven't talked to in 6 months, and it takes me off track for 2 hours. Now I have several items on my list during that 2-hour block that I didn't get accomplished. When what I should have done was said, hey, I've got some things that I got to get done. Let me call you this evening when I'm done for the day, and pick up later after I'm done with the items that are going to generate income or build my business. As an independent owner, we're responsible for doing just that, for building your business. So if you're not organized, you're going to constantly be pulled off track and you're just going to be busy. Whether it's training, setting appointments, running appointments, recruiting, calling carriers, and addressing concerns for the policies you've written, be intentional with that time and don't allow yourself to stray from the schedule. Maybe you set Monday as your carrier and underwriting day. So for me, I use Mondays, and then I also use Thursdays to take care of my underwriting and my calling the carriers. But a lot of you free agents have Mondays free and you're running Tuesday through Friday, sometimes Saturday. So what I would recommend is Monday, let that be the day that you catch up on everything carrier and underwriting. You know, that's the day that anything comes back from the carrier that you need for a policy to officially go through. Handle that on Monday while the dial team is starting to book your appointments for Tuesday through Friday. And then maybe on the weekends or in the evenings, you set for training to brush up on your skills. So sales trainings, if you're getting into Medicare, replacement, whatever that is, because you should be watching these videos more than once, because every time you go through one of those videos, you're going to pick up something new. Every time we listen to something, certain key things pop into our brain. So it's going to be critical for you to stay on point and stay refreshed with those videos. So do that in the evening and maybe on Saturdays if you've already met your goal. If you haven't met your goal for the week, then Saturday should be included in those generating income items, and maybe door knocking that day so that you can reach those goals. And then maybe Sunday is your day for resting and taking care of household chores and going to the grocery store for the upcoming week. You know, that we all need a day to recharge, but you want to make sure that your recharge is included in your schedule too. Make it intentional. So intentionally have the date and time to do your chores, intentionally have the date and time to rest, and make sure that you don't stray from that either. Unless, of course, you have a client that says, which we're all going to have one-offs. A client's going to say, you know what, I'm going to be out of town this week. I'm only going to be home on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I've got to go to my grandson's birthday party. So really the only day I have available is Sunday. It's something that's going to generate income for you and help you build your business. So maybe you take an hour and a half away from your rest day and go ahead and see that one client and then stop. Go back to your resting and take advantage of the rest of your day to get the mundane things in the house that need to be done so that you are free and clear the rest of the week to get your income generating items at the forefront. You're the only person that can control your day and your week. If you are one that has a difficult time sticking to a weekly schedule, go back to step one at night and figure out what is most critical for tomorrow. So I know some of us do weekly and monthly goals. And some of us, like he plans months in advance. Like, my hat is off to him. He's a rock star at it, but not everybody can do that. Some of us need to have a shorter period of time because we get a little lost in translation and we kind of lose track of where we're trying to go with things. So maybe you're one that needs to do a daily schedule and really focus the night before. Okay, tomorrow, these are the things that I absolutely need to get done. I am going to schedule these. I am going to stick to them. And you can maybe leave yourself an hour break somewhere in there so that you're not completely tuckered out, to be able to make it through the rest of your day. Me personally, I don't like a break in the midday because I tend to get tired if I stop. So for me, I'd rather just start my day and then just go for full force. So make sure, if you have a hard time keeping track for a week, that you're doing that every night and setting the priority for the next day and organizing what needs to be done with the most critical item first. Now, avoiding time wasters, again, this is going back to the busyness. Excuse me, there's a lot of things that can be considered time wasters. One of the big things is family. Family and chores, cooking dinner, dishes. I mean, a lot of these things are necessary and we need to get them done. So cooking dinner for our family isn't a time waster, but not scheduling it in the day so that you know exactly what you're doing around it is a time waster. So schedule those errands, the grocery shopping, the tasks. You know, maybe you have 7 appointments today and your last appointment is at 6. Maybe on the way back from that appointment is when you stop at the grocery store and you pick up dinner for the next 2 days. So you've scheduled it in your day. You didn't waste any extra time. You didn't let it interrupt your daily generating income schedule. You took charge and you made sure it was at a time when all of the important and critical things have been accomplished. So now you can focus on that item. There's another time waster, and that's a client. And I'm guilty of this a lot of times. You know, we want the sale so bad and we want it more for the client than the client may want it. So the client will tell us, you know, I've got some stuff going on. Call me back on Thursday. You call them Thursday. Oh, you know what? I need just 2 more days. I've got some stuff going on and I really haven't had time to think about it. Give me a couple more days. And, you know, we go through this roller coaster with them. And we find ourselves losing 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 15 minutes there. What we really need to do with those clients is say, listen, I'm going to see about 15 families every day. I understand that you are super busy and I respect that, but as am I. I have a super busy schedule, so I really got to get you off this list, and you need to keep them on point and let them know I've only got Friday available. So would morning or afternoon be better for you? And then book that time for them. If they don't book it, move on, because all they're going to do is continue to waste your time. That is time that you can't get back. So you need to make sure that you are only giving your time to those that are worthy of it. Honestly, that's what it boils down to. Is this going to help you move forward? Is this person pouring into your life and business in some way, shape, or form? If they are taking away from, then that's a factor that you may need to move out of your life. That's all I got for today. I hope that helps somebody. If anybody has any questions.
Fantastic job, Renee. And that is, you were spot on, especially that last piece that you mentioned. We all get caught up in that. I don't care how great a salesperson you are. Renee, if you can make me the host again, I'd appreciate it. We all get caught up in that. Just go through, hit the thing, find my name, hit it, make me host. Any questions for Renee? Again, that last part was just, all of it was good. That last part was nails, because we all get caught up in that and get caught up on the hamster wheel of the go back or the get back and all that kind of stuff. And just most of the time it doesn't happen until another
Suicide call.
Yep. Appreciate it. Thank you, Renee. Thank you very much. Renee, till your work doesn't go in vain, if you'll send that over to me or you post it on Slack, I think some people will get some use out of that. Thank you for your preparation. And actually, you can tell you took some time to put that together. And it's obviously more effective to be able to see a visual and just not hear people talking. So thanks, Renee. Much appreciated. Any questions for Renee before we segment? Fantastic. All right, we will share numbers here, numbers for the week. Amy, thank you for putting these together on a daily basis and kind of being the glue that keeps my head on straight, if you will. So you guys see my screen? Somebody, amen. Anybody, everybody?
Amen.
Yes.
All right, appreciate it. All right, so we covered this just a little bit ago. Again, top 5 for the Cancun contest: 5, Andrew Ramon, Ryan Valet, Taylor, Michael, and of course, Cody on top with 14 right now. In reference to our strings, Amy and I were just talking about this yesterday, how consistent the strings are getting into double digits every single week. So I will just quickly go up. I'll say first name to keep things moved up, but 17 of our teammates are on strings, which is fantastic. We got Veronica 2 weeks, Colton with 2 weeks, Robert, Tyree that just got started with us, Naomi, Brandon are all at 2 weeks. Our 3-week crew, Jordan Sofa, Armando, who just had his birthday this week. Let's see, Josh, Alex, Taylor, who's killing it, are all at 3 weeks. Michael Greeter, nice job, Michael, even on vacation, still managed to get it done. Got Michael Greeter, Ryan Valet, Mr. Showtime there at both at 4 weeks. And then at the 6-week mark, Cody Wetzel. Congratulations, Cody, for 6 weeks in a row of protecting families. And now here we start to step into big dog territory. We've got Charles and E at both at 8 weeks. And what can you say, Renee, as GP calls her, Pitts calls her, the boss, 66 weeks in a row, even in the transition, managed to continue to protect families. So way to go. Congratulations, Renee, with your 66 weeks. Got something very special coming for you, by the way. In reference to our numbers last week, again, we'll whip through this pretty quickly. Another pretty solid week last week, 68,545 with 82 families protected. That is the most number of families that we have ever protected as a group. So that is fantastic. Congratulations. My hat's off to you guys. And it might seem like we're going through these numbers. It's just kind of mundane. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but think about that. That's 82 individuals. Even if they're married, that's 82 individuals that were protected last week. So when they pass away, they will not be a burden to their family. So I hope you don't take that lightly, because that's a pretty big deal. And I tip my hat to you all for making that happen last week. 20 total teammates protected families last week. Got Mr. Greeter there in the number 20th spot, GP 612, Josh at 674, Naomi 958, new agent Tyree Smith 961, Mr. Golden back from vacation at 984, Terry Durr 1097, Showtime 1130, Cody Wetzel 1169, one family protected, Armando 1320, Vanessa 1458, 2 families protected to drop into the top 10. Congratulations, Vanessa. We got Mr. Josh Sullivan, $2,194, 2 families protected. Alex, number 8, 2898, 6 families protected. Can't get much better than that. We got the Sofa Man, Jordan Sofa, $3,554, 6 families protected. ETE, Mr. Extraordinary, number 6, $4,312, 5 families protected. Stepping into the top 5, Taylor Boland, $463, the number 5 spot with 5 families protected, and right there near the top for the Cancun contest. We got Mr. Brandon Presley, $5,388, very solid week, number 4 with 6 families protected. Again, the boss, $5,999.7. Too many nines, Renee. 8 families protected. Absolutely fantastic job, Renee, and to be in the number 3 spot. We got Mr. Charles Schulman, $8,927, holding down Texas there with 9 total families protected. And these numbers are correct, believe it or not.
What? Holy moly.
Colton Kelly, $19,899 with 21 families protected. So it shows you what can be done. All of that was final expense, which is 99% of what we do. Again, guys, another fantastic week, 68,545 and a record 82 families protected. Fantastic week, you guys. And we're off to another awesome one this week, even though the weekend is coming. Top 5 so far for this week. Thank you, Amy, for getting this information over to me. Mr. Valet, Mr. Showtime, number 5 spot, 3730 with 4 families protected. Not to be outdone, Cody Wetzel, $4,421, 4 families protected. Brandon Presley, $4,995, 5 families protected. Charles Schulman, obviously having another very solid week, $5,147, 3 families protected. And Taylor Boland is tearing the cover off the ball this week. 6 families protected, a total of $11,760. So it can be done. The big numbers can be written with just final expense. In reference to the last part of our meeting here, national numbers and regional numbers for our crew. In reference to teams, these numbers are updated through the 28th. And you guys can see this information on the when you go into the lead center, which is going to be updated by President Chase at EFIS, if you will. The new or I guess I'll call it a portfolio. The new digital portfolio will be out hopefully next week. So it'll look different, look more modern, and have more accurate numbers. But that being said, the number 21 team in the country, Multitude, down there with Crystal and Charles Showman, 13,143 so far issued for the month. Cody Wetzel and his crew, 15,679. Tim Bilo and I with Worldwide, 19,222. Wisdom is Colton Kelly, again, had a massive week last week. His team has issued 45,121 for the month. And what can we say? The number 7 team in the country, Mr. ETE and his crew, ETE Nation, 65,203. In reference to our region, in the same order, 5 Multitude, 4 Wetzel, 3 Genesis Worldwide, 2 Wisdom, and ETE and his guys, the number 1 team in our region. In reference to individuals, 99th in the country, just stepping into the top 100. And there's well over 650, 700 reps within the entire organization. So don't think the top 100 is a small number, because it's not. And these are issue paid numbers. So congratulations, Ryan Valet, 99th in the entire country, 3,135. Ash, 3244, 96. We got Charles Shulman at the 61st spot, $6,283 for the month, coming in again at 61. Renee, 54th in the country, $6,844 issue paid for the month. Cody Wetzel, $7,095 issue paid for the month, coming in the 52nd spot. And Mr. Salazar himself, representing St. Louis, number 51, 7373. Great job, Michael, for your first couple of weeks getting back. We got Mr. Taylor Bowen, 12,189 for the 20th spot. And of course, Mr. ETE himself, 16,345 to round it out for number 8 in the country. In reference to our region, if you will, Ryan, number 8, Ash, 7, Charles, 6, Renee, 5, Cody, 4, Mr. Salazar at 3, Taylor Bowen at 2, and ETE himself in the number 1 spot in our region. As Renee just mentioned a little bit ago, don't let some of the situations that you get in be time wasters to you. You guys, give us a year, we'll give you a career. Just follow the steps, follow the processes. If you need help, let us know. You also have the Medicare stuff that we talked about. And I know you guys heard it this morning, but getting yourself to those 12 presentations every single week, you'll get the income, you'll make the money that you'll want to make. I can guarantee that. Anybody have anything before we sign off? Awesome. Thank you guys for your time. The last hour, 10 minutes or so, you guys could have been doing a lot of other things, but we appreciate your time, your effort, and bye for now.